rushing Payne, raising havoc back there and making Payne kind of rush his offense a little bit more than probably what he's used to.
We've seen some great blitz calls on the defensive side. We've seen Heisler come in and make a disturbance in the backfield. We've seen Lang rush the passer and make good pressure in the backfield. You know, we've seen several of our down linemen in positions and getting penetration, getting into the backfield. So the Tiger defense certainly been up to the task so far, holding Berryhill to only 6 points.
And you talk about Lang, Tucker Lang, you've mentioned his name a lot tonight. He has just been everywhere in the backfield and on kickoffs and special teams and things like that. So he has really done a great job as far as being where he's supposed to be and doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah, he and I talked about
like you're going to play the rest of the year. Come out here.
It's preseason still.
Yeah, make your blocks, hone your skills, hone your craft, and give Hilligoss the time he needs back there to check down, you know, and we've seen him do that tonight. He has been a little bit more patient tonight. He hadn't come out of the huddle and said, oh, Travis is my man. Mm-hmm. I'm going to look at him all the way. Mm-hmm. He has come out and checked down and found that second receiver.
And then we put ourselves maybe in the position or the shoes of a Berryhill coach on the other side of the locker room, possibly looking at penalties. Mm-hmm. Guys, we need to shore this up. We can't let it shoot us in the foot. And other than that, I mean, maybe just better execution.
Right. And we've seen them clean up that penalty in the second period. All those big penalties happened in that first quarter. Second quarter, they almost played pretty flawless penalty-wise.
Yeah. Tail of the quarter so far for me was a really fast moment in the first quarter of gunslinging back and forth and several touchdowns scored, and then it became timeout time in the second quarter where we floated in the last 4 minutes of the half. But the Tigers were able to keep things on the Berryhill side of the ball, but could not get that touchdown to go up 28-6. But they have a 21-6 lead here. We got 5 minutes left in halftime. And any more thoughts that you might just have in what you're looking for in the rest of the game?
I want to see the Tigers come out and continue this lead. Of course, this 21-6 is comfortable, but you can't rely on it, because we don't know what kind of adjustments Berryhill is going to make. I don't know that what adjustments they can make, Travis. The defense has been, for the Tigers, has just been so tough and so on target, on spot. They learn in their practices. They learned what Berryhill was going to do, what they were going to bring to the table, and has been able to execute that flawlessly. We've had a couple of hiccups along the way, the long pass, but I think Berryhill's got to come out and just lay it on the line. They're not a long ball passer. I think they need to try that.
Well, they finished tied second in their district last year and went into the playoffs, and certainly they're looking to build on that this year. They're 1-1 so far, wanting to come back out and make a statement against a bigger opponent, and certainly have in the past. It's been a back-and-forth battle over the last 10 years. But right now the Tigers have things well in hand. We'll see what happens in the next half. I think we'll wrap that up for RCB at the half and votes notes. And we may get a few more sponsors in here in these last 3 minutes of the first or the halftime tick off. And we will be back with you, bringing you live second half action right here from Berryhill. We'll see you in a few. We're ready for second half action as Berry Hill getting set to kick from their own 40-yard line. Tigers deferred the coin toss, and this will be returned from the 30-yard line. There's a hole. There's an opening across midfield. Bales is off, and he's inside the 40. Now he's reaching the 20. Nobody's going to catch him. Touchdown, Tigers! Coming out at halftime, running back the kick, making that statement they did not make at the end of the first half. Your Tigers now have a 27-6 lead on a clean 70-yard touchdown return. Opening kick, 10-second play. And you cannot start a second half of football any better than that. Just the way you drive it up, draw it up. Bales with the touchdown. Tigers now swinging gate. And they will go ahead. DeLong will hold. And Edwards to kick the extra point. We'll be unveiling those on Sunday as well. There's the kickoff by Edwards. And that is going to be returned pretty much the wrong direction. I guess Tiger defense doing a good job wrapping that one up. That's returned by Easton Martin, a junior for the Chiefs. They drive Martin out of bounds near his own 32-yard line. That's where the Chiefs will begin. First down and 10. So in 15 seconds of play, the Tigers have returned a touchdown, kicked a field goal, made a tackle, and now Berry Hill's offense takes the field. Split wide to the near side is Wayne Howe, and a split to the far side is Ryder Wadey. Berry Hill, statistically a running team in their first two games, have come out with a showing a mixture on their attack tonight, but have got nothing more than 6 so far to show for it. Here's a pass out to Barrington in the flats, just out of his reach. Several Tigers in the area on the coverage. The incomplete pass brings up second down and 10. Tiger defense starting the game with a little bit of comfort zone between the passers and receivers, and not really probably expecting Berry Hill to do much passing. They've done quite a bit. And this will be their last game before starting their district play. The snap to Payne. He'll roll to the right. Shakes one, but can't the other. This will be a sack in the backfield. Dropped for a loss. Tucker Lang. Big time blitz. Big time tackle as Payne tried to get away. Lang said, no, you're going to stay right here, and that's a big loss. Spot the ball back at the Berry Hill 25-yard line, and that's going to bring up third down and 17. Berry Hill in a possible must-pass situation, two wide receivers to both sides. Barrington in motion. The pass comes back, and that's broken up in the backfield and driven for a bigger loss. And that was an excellent defensive play by Tiger defender, I believe, 77. That's Logan Owings, a junior for the Tigers. He got off his block and broke that play up and was right in the face. And if I've got that wrong, it may be 71. Michael Cruz. Fourth down and forever. Spot the ball to 20 here. Nice job for Hillegas and the others all night. Haven't got the big running play from Roman Tucker yet, but gotten plenty of opportunities with some smaller plays. There's a pass to Matheson, just a little out. He makes the catch, but he's called out of bounds on his landing. Coaches are pointing. They'll bring up a third down. The incomplete pass will bring up a third down and 7. And keep the ball at the 36-yard line. Third down and 7. Was that timing route for Matheson just off? Nice job by Matheson keeping concentration and reeling it in. Now the pass in the flats. Makes his way to the 34-yard line. Another gain of a few on the play. Roman Tucker with the reception out of the backfield will bring up a fourth down and 5. That play goes for a gain of 3. Tiger offense now in a momentum. And everything in stride going forward here on 4th and 5. Hillegas, all wide receivers. He's by himself in the backfield. Looking, gets tangled up. He's fighting for it. He tries to get inside, back to the original line of scrimmage and does. However, the result of the play will be a turnover on downs. And credit the Berry Hill defense for covering a coverage tackle as none of the Tigers could get loose to get that pass away from Hillegas. Not a terrible situation for the Tigers. They've been starting Berry Hill in that 30 to 35 yard range all evening, and Berry Hill unable to capitalize much more than 6 points so far. Tigers now 28-6. Mark in it's an area of the field that looked like Lang and Wood were over there in that tackle, but not before the 6-yard pickup. Berry Hill now spread offense again. Payne in the flats to Barrington. He'll gain 3 or 4 on the play. Spot the ball at the 43-yard line. Call it a gain of 3. Should bring up 2nd down and 7. Clock continues to move under 7.5 minutes remaining 3rd quarter. Berry Hill now trying to gain some momentum back after giving up a touchdown right out of the opening of the 2nd half. Trying to, here Payne will keep. And he finds some room out across the 50. Ball comes loose. Several white jerseys that landed fortunate for the Tigers and did not go the other way. 6:57 now on the clock for the 3rd quarter. Incomplete pass stopped the clock. Brings up 2nd down and 10. Roman Tucker straight ahead. And that is going to be a tackle by Harvey Vaughn, a defensive lineman, sophomore. One of the things to say probably in just my opinion about these big guys on the inside of Berry Hill, they've held Roman Tucker in check and held our line in check. He hasn't got negative yards. They're not getting in the backfield, but we're not able to open up that big 15, 20-yard run. And it's, I think, to the credit of those big guys on the inside there for Berry Hill. Hillegas attacking downfield. Fires that one. That's knocked away. It was intended for Matheson. Going to give the knockdown to number 18, Addison Martin. Martin coming into the game averaging 9.5 tackles per game. He's one of the leaders on this defense. And I believe, I wanted to double check, yes, one of the seniors. One of the 5 seniors leading this Berry Hill campaign. Now, knockdown pass brings up 4th down and 10. The Tigers set in a punt position. There's the punt. A couple players tangled up there, and they're going to get, somebody touches the ball, it becomes live. And that's what happened. We'll see who comes up with it. And it looks like it's going to stay with Berry Hill. I don't see, I hear the fans over on, 3rd down and 8, looking to get to the 39-yard line for the first. Hard running from Barrington out of the backfield. Tight formation, 1 split to the far side. Payne will keep. Can't get away from a block over on this side. Payne finds some room, eventually taken out of bounds by Wood. But not before this was sealed off, and Payne, that play the way it was supposed to be done, gave the gain and the first down. So Berry Hill in Tiger territory. Spot the ball at the 47-yard line, 1st down and 10. Lanewood on the tackle. Looked like he took Payne out of bounds. However, the referees kept the clock running as the play was down and then fell out of bounds. Now Fielder coming back in, changing sides. Everything wide open to the far side of the field. That's the home side of the field. The handoff is straight ahead to Barrington. He has to adjust as the penetration was up the middle for the top. Looked like a yard or two, but it turns up 2nd down 10. Payne looking for that quick pass again over the middle. That's complete and immediately covered up on the tackle for the Tigers. That's Roman Tucker. Pass was complete to Cooper Barrington. We mentioned prior to the game, Bivens for Berry Hill averages 45.5 yards per game in the first 2 outings as a leading receiver, but he's been relatively quiet tonight. Payne with a fake handoff keeper, stretches out for more. He's brought down by Fry. Not before the gain and the first down. Credit the second effort to Payne as the ball will be spotted around the 27. Maybe the 26-yard line, first down and 10. You have to start to wonder, having a little bit of success here on offense, moving the ball. However, the time of possession is a detail that can work against you. With a 28. Spot the ball at the Tiger 18-yard line, and it will be a first down and 10 for Berry Hill. They got 6 seconds to snap this one in the third quarter, and they will. Here's Payne looking to pass. Fires in the flats. The man comes back, and incomplete pass. On the coverage for the Tigers, Moncado. The incomplete pass ends the quarter. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with you right here on Hub Network Live, bringing you fourth quarter action. Your Tigers up 28 over Berry Hill 6. He'll make his way to the 9-yard line. A gain on the play will bring up third down and 2. Say that was with a question mark, of course. 3rd and 2 is what we have. Still, power formation. Payne with the snap. Hands off Spitzer. He makes a move, makes a man miss. Bales comes in, gets the tackle, not before Spitzer makes it to the 4-yard line. And that will bring up a first down and goal. So if Berry Hill continues to operate in this rhythm and the Tiger offense continues to operate in their pace, the Tigers would say they have a comfortable lead even if Berry Hill scores here. But the test on any defense is, can you step up when you need to? That one goes straight ahead to Barrington, who gets the 6. And don't adjust your iPad or your TV. Those are just the lights here. The kids in the press box having fun when they score touchdowns. 11:09 remaining in the game. Berry Hill will put 6 more, so they'll be 28-12, depending this extra point attempt. Lining up to go for 2. Payne sets Barrington in motion. Fires to the end zone and has Barrington 4, that's Cooper Barrington, for the 2-point conversion, bringing your score. Tigers 28, Berry Hill 14. Scoreboard says 13. I believe it's going to be 14. And it's 8 and 6 where I come from is 14. 11:09 remaining in the game. We'll go ahead and keep it right here for a few minutes as we're going to continue to get through our fourth quarter here and hopefully see these Tigers off to a victory and a 2-1 start on the year. Again, if you're just joining us, we appreciate you tuning in. And if you've been with us all night, we appreciate you being here on Hub Network Live. An opportunity to thank our sponsors always for bringing you this free of charge. Make sure to tell those businesses and tell those companies and people that work there to please pass the word to owners and managers that you appreciate their support of Tiger Athletics and of Hub Network. Having this opportunity is definitely a hometown thing, something that's really something to be proud of. We're glad to be able to do it, but only thankful to them. Now getting set to kick from his own 40-yard line, that's going to be Wayne Howell. Tigers set to return. The last kickoff was returned for a touchdown. This one is going to go to Wood. He'll find a seam. He'll get out near midfield. He's eventually tackled, but it's taking most of the team, and he's going his direction. He'll make his way to the 48-yard line. A nice return by Wood. He patiently waited for that to open up. We'll go ahead and call it the 47-yard line. That's where the Tigers will begin. First down and 10. .11:01 remaining in the ball game. I look for your offense to continue to move in a way that they want to move each free possession throughout the year. And just continue to capitalize on their lead. 28-14. Play calling coming in. Tigers now more of a bunch set. Still 3 wide receivers, but they are really bunched in. To block for Tucker, who finds a seam down inside the 10. He'll gain several on that one. In on the stop, Addison Martin again. But not before Tucker makes it to the 9-yard line. Bringing up a 2nd down and 2. Tigers now protecting a 28-14 lead, trying to make it bigger. 8.5 minutes remaining in the game. Sticking with the running game, and it will go nowhere, maybe backwards this time. Looks like Tucker's going to be stopped at the 10-yard line, which would be a loss of 1 and bring up 3rd down and 3. Some substitutes coming in. Fry, as well as Sam Moyer. We'll see Fry come into running situations a lot of time in short yardage. He's a strong raise. Heisler stays in, Fry stays in, Ty stays in, Tucker in, all from running back positions. 1 wide receiver to each side. Hilligoss sets a man in motion, right to left. Passes. Matheson looks for Blue. Looking for the signal. Touchdown, Tigers. Matheson, great reception. Nice pass by Hilligoss out into the flat. He had wide receiver blockers downfield, and he snuck right between 2 to find the end zone. 6:55 remaining. Tigers now 34. Chiefs 14. We are in the 4th quarter. And this will be snap. All right, we're coming back in now. The last 6 minutes and 55 seconds remaining in this one. Tigers just adding to their lead now, have a 35-14 lead over Berryhill, and getting set to kick from his own 40-yard line is Jason Edwards. Been placing his kicks right around the 30-yard line most of the evening, sometimes offering an opportunity for a possible onside recovery. This one will be taking it to 32. Looks like the ball might have come loose. We'll see a lot of players diving. See a signal, and the Tigers have recovered. So special teams coming up again big. Already had a return. That looks like that's going to be Carl Peterson recovering that fumble. And the special teams come up with another big play. So defense gets things kicked off tonight with a pick pass around midfield. It gets returned by Bales down inside the 5-yard line, giving the offense an opportunity to get set and get some momentum. The Tiger offense continues in the first quarter to build a lead, and then Berryhill sneaks 6 points in there, and then this half they've snuck 8 points in, but the Tiger offense and special teams and defense all combining for 35 so far, coming from several different aspects of the game. The Tiger offense takes over now. 1st and 10 from the Berryhill 39. Handoff straight ahead. Fry, strong straight ahead runner. Takes 4-5 Berryhill tacklers to make that one happen, and I believe maybe Alex Finley or Casey Field end up with the tackle down around the legs. Several Berryhill Chiefs assisted. Gain of 2 on the play brings up 2nd down and 8. Spots the ball at the 37-yard line. 6:20 remaining in the game. Tigers have a comfortable lead, trying to 2nd down and 9. Again, just to remind our audience, we'll wrap things up here at the close of the game. Just under 6 minutes to go. And we will have Horizon Construction's Coaches Show on Sunday at 4 to get all the insight from this one. That handoff to a big hole. Tucker's got room. Down, makes a man miss. Eventually brought down at the 21-yard line. Nice run by Roman Tucker. Great job by the offensive line. Opened that one up, and that's going to be a Tiger first down and 10 from the 22. Also on Sunday during the Coaches Show, we'll have a RCB Bank That's My Tiger MVP on offense and defense, the Coops Tire and Lube Game Ball recipient. And that award always based on heart and effort. 3 wide receivers far side. Roman Tucker with a handoff. Makes a man miss. Gets down inside the 15. Be a nice gain of 7 maybe on the play. Should be a second down and 3. And it is. Under 5 minutes remaining. You want to make it set before the snap. Otherwise, it's an illegal shift. That time it worked to perfection. Spots the ball at the 9-yard line. And a Tiger first down and goal. 3.5 minutes remaining in the ball game. Hillegas, Roman Tucker finds a hole. Gets down to the 5. Penalty flags come flying in. Reminds me of the old dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. Get out of the way of those penalty flags. Hey, they got helmets on, you know. Coaches have their hands up, a little curious what's happening. And it will be a penalty assessed against the Tigers. Maybe a 10-yard penalty. It's going to back things up. 3:26 remaining. It looks like from the 17-yard line. That's 16 on the scoreboard. We'll go with that. So first down and goal from the 16. Not something you like to say very often. Hillegas fires right side, timing route, has a man in the end zone. It's up with it, no signal, touchdown, Tigers! What a pass, what a catch. That was against a good defended player, and that was Matheson bringing that one in. And I mentioned he was covered. He was covered by Easton Martin. And that was just execution and style, both from Hillegas and Matheson, to bring that one in and add to the lead. Now Tigers up 41-14. Here's the swinging gate. DeLong to hold. Edwards to attempt. Penalty flag. Defensive offsides lined up in the zone. Move it a little closer, I would expect to decline and go ahead and attempt the extra point. You know, game-type situations are lessons moving forward, and a lot of times you take opportunities. Local FFA chapter and being a top 10 FFA chapter in the country. I ran into John Talley this week. State Representative John Talley came in the Ag building, Joe, and I said, John, do you realize you may be the only state rep in the United States of America that has 2 of the top 10 FFA chapters in his district?
That's pretty. Whoop. Well,
I got you.
You got me. There I am. Yeah, I just was down a little bit. That's pretty amazing, though, for right here in this area.
Yeah, you got Stillwater and Cushing that are in the top 10. Bartlesville and Edmond also in the top 10 in the entire nation of 9,000. That one comes loose, but it's quickly recovered. Berry Hill start first down and 10. But I found it very unique that one state rep would have 2 that close together.
Well, absolutely. And it's even more amazing that you mentioned Cushing, which is a much smaller town than any of the other 2.
All those others. That's right. That's right.
And it's pretty amazing that we have the quality of ag program here.
Well, and we've done.
And no thanks to the man sitting beside me here, Travis.
Well, and certainly, you know, I take a moment to toot our horn. Sometimes we've watched some of the presentations from last year's winners, and those are schools with 180 FFA members, and we're sitting right around 85 to 90.
Yeah.
So we're extremely proud to represent and be a Tiger in that realm as well.
Absolutely.
Here's Berry Hill now. Quick pass out in the flats, and a gain of a few on the play before the Tigers quickly there. Looked like that tackle there was 13, and I believe we're starting to see some of the substitutes for the Tigers. Sam Moyer Jr.
You mentioned the Hub Extra magazine coming out. It is coming out. It's a little bit delayed this year, but we should have it, if not by next week's home game, the week after for sure. So we're just kind of in limbo on that a little bit. We had a couple of snags there, but it'll be coming out soon.
And you know the best thing about the Hub Network, the coverage of the games and the fall sports and the insights into the band and the other programs, including FFA and cheer and dance and things, is it's just what it's about. It's about being a Tiger. It's about being community, and certainly even those delays just add to those stories and those articles, and it just makes it a real, I always say it's a real pleasure and a real blessing to be a part of it all.
Well, we appreciate that, and we try really hard to point out
insights and views and some statistics. Be watching the Facebook page and be tuning in for the coaches' shows, and we'll be getting you brought up to speed on the end of this one and what comes out next week. Here's Barrington finding the end zone, and it looks like he does. He'll get in for 6, so Tigers now will have a 42-20 lead, depending on the extra point and the point after attempt here by Berryhill.
I always feel like I'm having a stroke there when they score. Travis, those lights go off for a second. I think, hey, what's going on?
Yeah, it's our electricity gone.
Exactly.
We lose the feed. They don't consult us first on that.
Well, and we don't need any help in that area because we've been losing the feed all night. And for those of you listening, not to make excuses for that, but there's just some things we don't have total control of. If we did, we guarantee you that this would be on all the time. If we could control it, it would be perfect all the time. We would make sure of it, but sometimes we just don't have all the control we want over that. So
here's the extra point, and it's maybe, and it is. Sneaks right over the goalpost.
Man, looked like I kicked it.
Yeah. Berryhill, 21, Tigers 42, and 43 seconds remaining. And as I start to think about this one and how the Tigers come into Berryhill over the years that, 7-8 years ago, coming in back into the program as a dad and seeing this game go back and forth between Berryhill and Cushing, it's had different moments when either or team, and now the Tigers have come here and it was one or two, I want to say in the last 5-6 years, there's been one or two that slipped away from the coming into the ag program this week and says he's going to come out for shooting sports and sporting clays. Looking forward to that.
Lots of ways you can participate in the ag program. That's pretty cool.
And now the Tiger backup positions come out to run a few plays. 42 seconds remaining. I mentioned that we're going to go ahead and tidy things up here and cut the broadcast. Tigers will take a knee here, and we'll be bringing you all these insights and things. So make sure to tune in Sunday at 4, Horizon Construction Coaches Show, spotlighting fall sports, including softball and football insights with interviews with coaches and players. And we'll be revealing RCB That's My Tiger, MVP, and Coops Game Ball, and many, many other statistics and things coming. This is the last 15, 14 seconds as they wind down. Tigers will have a 42-21 lead. It'll be 2-1, finishing this preseason march, if you will. And the Tigers will go into district play next week, and we should be back at home.
That's right.
I believe, and James will be there.
James will be back 2 weeks at home, I think.
Bruce will be here. I think it is 2 weeks at home and then 2 weeks away. And you'll be able to see it all right here on Hub Network Live. We sure appreciate you joining us tonight. Thank you for tuning in, and to all of yours, thank you and God bless.